So we're all born with an imbalance or a propensity to imbalance. The fact that we're in physical bodies means that to some degree we are imperfect, meaning at the physical level, at the level of physical expression and manifestation, things are eventually going to decay, disintegrate, and split apart, and this body and this material world is also in flux and is in transition and ultimately will disappear in the form that we've come to identify. So within us we have what we call an elemental imbalance, or a potential to imbalance in one of the 5 elements, meaning that this becomes the weak link in our system. It becomes the link that we most attend to. We tend to identify with its needs, with its wants, with its desires, with fulfilling fulfilling those desires, and it becomes an area of preoccupation. It becomes an imbalance. In a normal and healthy human being, if such a being existed, where all 5 elements were in balance, it would be analogous to a plant that's getting a proper amount of sun, a proper amount of earth, and with the right nutrients in the earth to extend its roots, a proper amount of air and nutrients in the soil, minerals, we call that the metal, a proper amount of water, not too much, not too little, and it's the right seed which is capable of growing in that environment. If you have all those 5 elements in balance, nature says you're going to have a harvest. And that harvest can manifest in human beings as bliss. Bliss is an internal state that itself is beyond description. I would just define it as a state of internal emptiness where there's no attachment, no particular desire, there's no pull one way or the other, there's no dependency on anything. It's an internal state of just just being with what is, being in acceptance of what is without demanding it in any way to be different than it is, or changed, or fixed. Just being in that one pointed place of acceptance and oneness and unity, which doesn't require effort. It just simply is a state which exists within all of us. But we have to eliminate a lot of the noise which draws us into this and that and so forth. That depletes us of our bliss. Well, I think we are in a state of bliss naturally. I think little babies are born into a state of bliss, so it is innate to our nature. The dilemma or the problem, and this is an age-old problem, as evidenced by all the multiplicity of techniques and paths and spiritual disciplines and religions which aim to deal with this very question that you've asked. The pull of the world, the pull of desire, the pull of egotistical cravings, attachments, dependencies, memories, fantasies about the future, how things could be better, how bad they are, how much, occupies a great deal of our time. So all that activity in the mind takes us from bliss, because in bliss there's nothing to be fixed, there's nothing to be dependent upon, it's just a stillness, just a one-pointed focus, so to speak, which is really the aim of all spiritual disciplines that I've ever encountered.